everyone. Welcome, and happy new week. We are all welcome to this afternoon's broadcast. Welcome. Today we are going to be looking at 5 keys to financial security. We are going to be looking at 5 keys to financial security. Welcome. And some of us will be wondering, why this pyramid near me today? What is this big pyramid doing beside me today? Well, actually, I'm supposed to be in Australia today, if not for COVID. We are having our global rally today, live from Australia, but because of COVID, we couldn't travel. So, as soon as I finish with us, I'm going to be joining the Zoom for us to have our Forever Global Rally. So that's why you're seeing the pyramid beside me. Excellent afternoon. I want to share this on my page and then we get going this afternoon. Who is online, you can greet, so I can greet you and welcome you to this afternoon's broadcast. Excellent afternoon. We are all welcome. Welcome. Today we are going to be looking at 5 keys to financial security. 5 keys to financial security. And if you're online with me, you can just say hi, and I welcome you to today's broadcast as I share this on my pages and on all the groups. My laptop is hanging a bit, so I might not see those who are online. Maybe I go back and come back. Excellent afternoon. Today we are going to be looking at 5 keys to financial security. 5 keys. Who is online? Excellent afternoon. I need to see us so I can greet and then we get going. Welcome. I hope the network will be friendly with us today also. We all know how the nation is today. COVID-19 turned a lot of things upside down. And then we have to get it back. Get our lives back. And so we have to keep going. Excellent afternoon. I just want to be sure there's someone live with me and then I get going this morning. I want to at least greet someone before I get going. So say hi if you're online with me. Say hi and then we'll take it from there. As I share this on my pages, and you can also go ahead and share on your pages too. As we go live, I try to have our business color because today we are starting our annual global rally, Forever Living annual global rally today. Starting today. Excellent afternoon. Who is online with me? I'm sure there must be a delay. At least Angie should be online. But there must be a delay. That's why I think I've not seen those who are online. All right, I'm going to increase this and see. Yeah, I said it that Angie is online. Hello, welcome Angie. Good afternoon. Thank you for always joining. At least I'm sure Angie will be here with me. Good afternoon. So Angie, today is our first day of our global rally, and that's why I have my pyramid. You can see my aloe vera pyramid. These are all the empty bottles that we've taken in the house. I use it to do my aloe pyramid. Hello Abimbola, you're welcome. Excellent afternoon. Welcome to this afternoon's broadcast. So today I'm going to be looking at 5 keys, just 5 very important keys to financial security. And first of all, maybe if we ask what's financial security actually refers to the peace of mind you have, you know, when you are not worried about your income, you're not worried about not having enough to cover your expenses, you're not worried about You know what you make, you're very comfortable with it, and it means that you have enough money you have saved to cover emergencies. You have enough money you have saved to cover your future and your financial goals. You know, you're comfortable, you're okay. You know, financial security, you know, providing for your family. You know, also have to talk about financial security. That's family's financial security. It's an important part of your financial planning process also. That's having proper coverage for your family, so that if there are only any policy changes, you all of you have peace of mind. You know, anytime I think about this, I remember the Proverbs 31 woman. Hello, Ifeoma Kate. You're welcome. Excellent afternoon. You're welcome. Anytime I think about, you know, this having financial security for yourself, for your family, I just remember Proverbs 31 woman. For those of us who are Christian, if you go and read it, you will find out all the scriptures said about it. That even up till now, that principle is still working. That principle of the Proverbs 31 woman is still applicable. Very virtuous woman who goes far. And you know, she puts her hands in so many things to make sure that her family is secure, that the health of her family is secure, that the wealth of her family is secure, that her family eats well. Anyway, so financial security is having peace of mind. You know, having that feeling, and you're not worried about your income, you're not worried, you're okay, you're on top of the game. That's financial security. We all know that change is the only thing that is constant. No other thing is constant. Change is always constant in our lives. You know, and the issue is that today the rate of change is faster than it has ever been. Be it telecommunication, be it in education, be it in transportation, be it in politics even, or even in medicine. Everywhere is changing, and changing fast and changing briskly. That's the truth of the matter. So if you don't move at the same pace, then you can't expect to grow or develop in the future. A lot of people are laid back. A lot of people are left behind. If they remain doing things the way they were doing it some years back, you think that's how it is. You know, that also reminds me of when we were growing up. Anytime we finish going to church and coming back, you know, those ones that are Catholic, they'll be yabbing us, and then we'll be yabbing those ones that are Anglican. I was an Anglican. But they will say that we're always praying that how it was in the beginning, let it be, and let it continue to be. They will be laughing at us. You know, things are not the same. The truth is that if you don't move at the same pace that things are moving now, you're going to be left behind. Because actually the main question for you to ask yourself today is, do you want to have financial security and stability in the next 3, 4, 5 years? Do you want that? Do you want to have financial stability? Do you want to have financial security? We're not talking about today. Yes, a lot of us, we are going there. We might not have achieved, but are you in the process of? Are you taking care of that change? Have you recognized that you need to? Hello, Ify. If you're welcome to this afternoon's broadcast as we look at 5 keys to financial security. So I'm saying that you need to ask yourself some questions. You know, what is your plan? In the next 3 years, where do you expect yourself to be? In the next 5 years, where do you expect yourself to be? What actually is your plan? Do you want to eat what you want to eat? Do you want to travel to anywhere you want to travel? Do you want to live in the kind of house you want to live? Do you want to enter a shop and just buy things, not just because you're looking at the money, hey, and you are afraid? You know, these are some of the questions you need to ask yourself now. You know, and then you need to think seriously about what you are doing today. Because the truth of the matter is, we need to sit back and evaluate. You need frequent evaluation of your life, frequent evaluation of your finances, frequent evaluation of your everything about you. Ask yourself, what I'm doing today, if I continue doing it in the next 4, 5 years, where will it take me to? You need to be sure where you're going. And so you think seriously about what you are doing today and make yourself competent at whatever you are doing to be able to move with the future. Hello, Olukemi. You're welcome to this afternoon's broadcast. Welcome. If you say good display, if it is my pyramid, my aloe vera pyramid, they're all empty. I don't want to touch them so they don't fall. they are all the aloe vera that is making me look the way I'm looking now. All these cakes you see here are empty. I know that when people visit me, and okay, another testimony. Let me give you testimony about my aloe vera bottles. I made this pyramid, I think it was 2 years ago. This is the second or third Christmas. Yes, this is the third Christmas. This December is the third Christmas these bottles have been here. So I made this pyramid. I still have plenty. I want to make a bigger one outside the house. I drink aloe vera. I drink it because I know what it does to my health. I don't joke with my aloe vera, you know, because that's one of the things that kept me away from the hospital. So I don't joke with it. So Ify, it's been here, oh, my display, very, very beautiful. Bolufemi, she says she likes my aloe vera. Don't mind me, my pyramid. I put it here because today we are starting our forever rally, you know, our global rally. I'm actually supposed to be in Australia today because I qualified, but because of COVID, we are not traveling. So we are having our Zoom global rally. So for those of us who qualified, we have to make our home aloe vera rich. We have to make it, you know. So I've had this my pyramid here for 3 years, and it has gotten me a lot of customers. It has made me sell a lot. In fact, I've sold more than what I have here just by putting these bottles of aloe vera here. Some friends will come, they will say, I want to take, and you know, okay, let me show you this one. Now I put water inside it. They will just carry it and say, Mommy, can I buy this one? I said, no, it's water inside though. They say, okay, where can I get it? I'll just go inside and bring. If one man came to my house, he bought 12 pieces a carton. Another man came, he bought 4 cartons. Just by seeing this thing here. So if you make your own pyramid and keep. Thank you, Bolu, Femi, thank you, Ify. Anyway, so we're talking about financial security today, and I'm saying you need to make yourself competent. Now, knowledge is about doubling every 5 years. You know, there are some questions we are supposed to also ask ourselves. You know, you need to ask yourself some questions. I want to look at these keys, and then you'll be able to ask yourself the questions you're supposed to ask yourself. You need to be competent enough. You need to be competent enough. So key number 1, we'll just go straight and look at those keys, and then we can ask our questions. We can discuss. Please, let's type in your own thoughts. I'll read it out to others to hear, and then we discuss your own thought. 5 keys to financial security. What has helped you, you know, to be a better person? What has helped you to get more money? Let's just type it in the comment section, and it's a discussion time, you know. Let's talk to ourselves. So for me, key number 1 is self-development. You need to upgrade yourself. Times, like I said, are changing. Change is a constant thing. And you know, it's so funny. Now, this GSM I'm holding, I can remember the first time I held GSM. I think it was, that's my own, no. Each time when I used to travel out, my sister and my brother, they are abroad. 2 of my siblings are in UK now. So my sister, when she was in South Africa, I think when I visited her, you know, she had to get a mobile phone for me right at the airport, so that I'll be able to communicate with her and things like that. And I was like, hey, you know, one tiny thing they were holding, it's such a long time. It's such a long time now. So that was the first time I heard GSM, and it was so interesting. Anywhere we traveled to, any village that time, because that South Africa, we traveled a lot. So we were able to get her, and I'm like, see this kind of nation. So immediately GSM came to Nigeria. We not forget. My first GSM was a gift from one man of God that loves my husband a lot. It's one of my husband's son. He just bought it. He was coming to buy for my husband, and now found out that my husband already has, because somebody immediately came out, quickly bought for my husband. So he was coming, and now daddy now said he has. So he said, no, it's for mommy now. He now gave me that GSM, and I'm like, if I remember down my phone, even though that number is still one of my numbers today, 0802-309-2298, Econet then, you know, but things have changed. You can imagine what is happening with telecommunications now. They are moving fast. Medicals moving fast, everything moving fast. But some of us, especially some of us women, we just remain in one place. There was a man that was quarreling with the wife, so they came to report to me, and I was counseling them. And you know, one of the things the man complained about was that the wife was always doing the same way she was cooking her ogbono soup from the time they married. He was complaining. He said, now the marriage is over 30 years. This same woman is still cooking the ogbono soup like that. Now when will she change? You know, we need to be innovative. We need to be creative. Things are changing. So you know, knowledge is doubling every 5 years. And this implies that 20% of your knowledge is gradually becoming obsolete every year. Because every 5 years, knowledge doubles. So if you remain how you are, in a year's time, you're 20% less than what you are. In 2 years' time, you're 40% less than knowledgeable than what you are. And then in 5 years' time, if you have not improved like that woman that did not add anything to our ogbono soup, she had actually gone obsolete, you know. So what do you do then? You can't expect that you will work in the same company after 5 years and then you're also the same that you are. You're working the same way. You're working the same way that you are. So you know, you need to try to move. You need to try to improve. You need to try to be better. So if your knowledge is not up to date, then the chances of actually getting better job or more lucrative job will not be there. The same for those of us in business. You must learn new skills. You must learn new method and technique of reaching your customers. You know, you must learn all these new methods and techniques of reaching your customers very well. So you need to ask yourself a few questions like this. Your battery is low. You need to ask a few questions like this. Am I doing something different from what I used to do some years back? That's one of the questions. Look at your life. If it's your business, if it's your work, ask yourself question number 1. Let's do a little checklist now. Let's just do a little checklist, you know. So yes, if it change is constant, change is actually constant. Greetings, Fumi. Greetings, Mary Chinelo. You're welcome, Eme. Welcome to this afternoon as we look at the 5 keys to financial security. So like I was saying, change is constant. So you need to ask yourself some questions. What are you doing? Am I doing something different from what I used to do some years back? In your business, in your work career, you know, what part of my knowledge has already become outdated? You need to note it and then find out what is the new thing happening. Then what am I going to do in the next 5 years? I hope you've not thrown me out. What am I going to do in the next 5 years? That's another question you need to ask yourself. What are you going to do in the next 5 years? And then you're also going to have which part of my skill set has become obsolete. You need to find out that. All your skill sets, even in cooking. Remember the woman I was talking about that the husband complained. Even as much as in cooking, you need to keep asking yourself that question. You need to be innovative. Let it not be the style you were cooking before, the way you were cooking before, that is still the same. There must be something new should come in, because even food, if you go to Google, a lot of things are happening. You know, so many food. Okay, now, for example, if you were going to hotel before, you find out that the way they wrap your eba, when you go to hotels, the way they present their food is not the way they are presenting it now. You know, sometimes they will do things that look so funny with your amala, things that look so funny, you know, all those shapes that they do. You know, so things are actually changing. So then you also need to ask yourself, how can I continue my self-development? You know, these days it's so beautiful that you don't have to go to a formal school. Before a woman, I can remember before they married my mom had to go to a kind of school. You know, she was telling me then to learn so many of these home economics things, you know, then, so that because of maybe the family she was going into and things like that. But now you can sit at home and develop yourself. You can sit at home and read up a lot of things. You can sit at home and have free schools. So you need to ask yourself that question: how can I continue my self-development? Then also ask yourself, what kind of knowledge should I have to ensure financial security in the future? Hello, Eno, you're welcome to this afternoon's broadcast. As we look at the 5 keys to financial security, we are looking at key number 1. And key number 1 is self-development. You need to upgrade your knowledge. You need to upgrade your knowledge. What kind of knowledge should I have to ensure financial security in the future? You need to ask yourself these 6 questions. Remember the 6 questions. 1, am I doing something different from what I used to do a few years back? Because if you keep doing the same thing you were doing and you continue with it, you are not going to move away from where you are. Question number 2, what part of my knowledge has already become outdated? You need to find out, because we're talking about self-development and upgrading yourself. If it's outdated, like the woman who still cooks our ogbono soup the way she was cooking it 30 years ago, then you need to work on it. Question number 3, what am I going to do in the next 5 years? You need to have a strategic evaluation. You need to have a strategic plan of your next 5 years. Then question number 4, what part of my skill set, not just your skill, but your skill set that has become obsolete? Like, for example, for that woman who is cooking, is it your time of blending and grinding? Things have gone nuclear now. Now they talk about, I know I bought a blender, and they were telling me that blender is so, why it's better than the other blenders is because the way it cracks the food, it doesn't destroy the food. And then they now talked about using ice cubes so that you will not add oxidation when you're blending. Can you see all these things coming in? You know, so all those skill sets, even right in the kitchen, which of them have gone obsolete? Then question number 5, how can I continue my self-development? And I was giving us an idea. Said you don't have to enter the 4 walls of a school. You can learn at home. If you know the schools I've gone to from COVID, March last year till now, hey, I'm in school every day. Sometimes the school is 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. because I'm not just looking at Nigeria where I am. I'm looking internationally. I have asked myself, where will I be in 5 years' time? And in 5 years' time, I cannot be doing my business only Nigeria or Africa. I have to grow my intercontinental business. And so I've gone to those schools. I have a teacher in Malaysia. I have a teacher in US. And these are people who are reaching the world from where they are. And so I'm in their schools. And that's why I have to wake up 3 a.m. to go to school. Right with my phone. My classroom is here. My school is here. Everything is here. So that's another question you ask yourself. How can I continue my self-development so that you don't remain in the same place? Then another question you need to ask yourself is, what kind of knowledge should I have to ensure financial security? Because remember, today we're talking about 5 keys to financial security. Always ask yourself, what do I need to know that can get me more money? So, you know, I can remember one school I attended in, I think it lasted from about April to about December. So I was talking about a school I attended last year from April to about December. And you know, my teacher was congratulating me and she was saying, you're the only one that came out stronger, knowing things. I met a lot of people in that school. So what am I saying is that you have to upgrade your knowledge and implement it in your work and in your business to achieve satisfying results. Your earning potentially completely depends on how you implement your knowledge to satisfy your customers. You know, after all, if your customers are not happy, then you don't expect to grow in your work. Even if you're working for somebody that is not your own work, if your customers are not happy with what you're doing, it's like to earn money is through job. Yeah, in those days, job security is no more there up till now. I can remember all through the years, I've had a lot of friends who were thrown out of jobs, either banking jobs, one kind of job or the other. They've been thrown out of job here and there. So more white collar job. Before, we were all struggling. We were trained in school for white collar job. But these days, that's not it again. It's not just a matter of white collar job. So you need to think about your financial stability. And the best place to start it with your hobby. Yes, you can get a job if you're trained enough to get a job. Get your job, but get a hobby that you enjoy and monetize it so that it can be getting money for you, steady money. Why do I say a hobby? I said a hobby because that's what you can do even when you sleep and wake up. You're not tired of doing it. You enjoy doing it. You can do it all life because it's something you love doing. So that's one way of getting financial security and income from doing something you like. So then you can now, be flexible and versatile. I always ask people this question. Let's think about it. Tell me the 5 richest people you know. Are they doing one thing? Tell me one. Even those who are working in their workplace, who have paid jobs, you find out that those people have versatile skills, and that's why they keep going higher and higher in their workplace. Others fall out. Also in your own life, if you're thinking about financial stability, you cannot get financial stability doing one thing. Even if it's a big, section, you must do several other things there. Dangote, for example, in Nigeria, let me ask you that question now. For those of us who are here, you can type in for me. Please, if you're online, help me type in, which of Dangote's products do you use? Type it in for those of us in Nigeria. Tell me. I'm going to type in my own. I use Dangote's products here at home. I use his products a lot here at home. Now, I'm putting one of them. Dangote. I won't say it out. I'll just type it. So type in your own. Which Dangote product do you use? I'm the first to type in. Who will be the second? He is producing a lot of things. Dangote is producing a lot. Let's type it in so I can read out what we're typing. So you can't depend on one source of income and then now think you're going to have financial stability and think you're going to have financial security. It can't work. I'm waiting for us. Type in what any of Dangote's products you're using. I know he has a lot of products. Let me type in a second one because I'm building now. I'm building in my school and I'm using one of his products in my school because even when I went to school on Tuesday, I saw that thing, line. I want to see others before I start typing. Maybe we're having delay. So it's a matter of sitting down to think about your life. You cannot be doing one thing and then you think you're going to have financial security. So, and again, the second thing, you need to do what you enjoy. Because doing what you enjoy will make it much easier for you. For some people, it might mean you're changing your career. It might mean you need to change your career to be able to do what you love doing. Like for me, initially, in my first degree, I did not read what I'm doing now. I read zoology in my first degree, animal. And then when we were young, I had dreams of going to Australia. That's why I was so excited when they said we were going to Australia this for our global rally. I was so excited. I've already listed that I'll go to the wildlife, to fulfill my dream. I will still go to that Australia, don't worry, once we're going there again. So, that was what I read. But I had to change my career alongside, and I had to go to basics, to go and do my postgraduate diploma in education. I can remember that time I was going to school. I had my baby. I was breastfeeding one of my babies. They would be in class. I'll run out, go and breastfeed my baby, come back, come for my class, back my baby, and I'll be dancing and be taking lectures with my notes. Which one concerned me? I went through that school like that, and I came out one of the best students. And my lecturer would say, see her, she will not sit down, and she's still better than those of you young people that are here. That's how. When now I had a few breaks, I went back to school to go and do my master's in educational administration. You need to upgrade yourself. You need to do something you love. I knew I loved teaching, but that wasn't what I started with. What am I saying? Some of us might need to change our career. I can teach all life as you see me because I love teaching. I can do administration all my life because I love administration. So with time, I had to enter the things I loved doing, So it could also be like changing your company where you work. Because if you don't like what you're doing there, if it's not making you happy, then change it. And that's one of our slogans in my company. If it doesn't make you smile, then change it. And sometimes it might start from, if you want to change, it might start from you're doing some kind of part-time job. And that's why I love my business, a Forever Living. It gives you opportunity to do what you want to do, when you want to do it, and how you want to do it. Very, very important for us. Then key number 3, be excellent in what you do. Remember key number 1. The key number 1 that I told us is self-development. You need to upgrade yourself. You cannot remain in the same place. In fact, I used to tell my women, when I was leading the women in the ministry, before we handed over to another general overseer, I used to insist, and we asked them, those women, what have you done? What have you added in these 5 years? I will just be counting for them. 5 years, everybody must have added something. Because you know what I told you? In 5 years, what you know, in 5 years' time, what you know today will become obsolete. Don't think that we will be doing broadcasting the way we are doing it now. I assure you it cannot be. I assure you, just follow me in 5 years' time. What I'm doing now is not what I'll be doing, because things must have changed. So you need to change with things. So that's why I said number 1 is self-development. Number 2 is earn income by doing something you enjoy. If you don't like it, if you don't love it, change it. If it doesn't make you smile, change it. Key number 3, you need to be excellent in what you do. Now, let me tell us, today, you have to be competent to keep your job and to keep your customers. You have to be competent. For example, you know, competition is everywhere. The future, you know, has no place for an average or a poor performing person. No. The future belongs to the efficient and knowledgeable people. You know, employees often feel that they are underpaid at work, but that's not true. You're only paid what you're worth. When you do more than what, you know, if you come into a place and they find out you're doing much more than what you bargained for, they're going to work on you. I can remember when I had some people working for me, and they were talking about earning, talking about we have to have a rigid way of increment. I was just looking at them. So every year we increase, whether we are making the income or not. That's what I was asking them about. You know, said, yes, madam, we have to have a pattern of increment. I said, okay, no problem. I don't have problem. Do your pattern and come. So when he did the pattern of increment, I said, very, very good. I clap for him. I said, okay, go back now and do the pattern of increment of income. Because it's when the income increases, then your expenses should now increase, not when it remains in the same place. Now, for example, this is for people who are working. But let me give you an example, like for you that you are a business person. Now, let's take that you're a hairdresser, or you're going to, okay, you're now the customer, you're going to a hairdresser, okay? There's one hairdresser, you have 2 hairdressers on your street. Tell me the one you will choose, and please put it on the comment too. Why are we not answering me today now? Or is it that my phone is delayed? I'm not seeing our comments. So let me go back again. Oh, okay, yeah, it's my comment that got. All right, Akinwale said Dangote salt and cement. Yes, that's what I also said. Then Roslyn said Dangote salt and Dangote sugar. Yes. Olukemi said Dangote salt and sugar. Yes. Olujumoke said Dangote salt and spaghetti and sugar. Yes. Thank you, Olujumoke. So these are all the things that Dangote is producing. So we cannot remain in the same place. Also, I have a question for us, which you're going to also type in your answer. Thank God I'm seeing us now. Thank God I'm seeing us now. All right, NG said salt and sugar. Very well. But he produces a lot. I hear he makes plastics, he makes juices, he's into refinery. I'm sure you know, for those of us in Lagos, in trade-free zone. The last time I went to trade-free zone, I saw large expanse of, you know, the big industry he's making. It's not even only in Nigeria. I hear in Gambia and so many other West African countries, he has refineries. Why won't he be the richest man in Africa? Some of us are still in that one shop where we are. We are 5 years, it's still that one shop. 5 years, it's still mineral that we are selling. 5 years to come, we have not added anything. We have not gone to learn any more thing. We are still in that shop, selling the same thing, selling it the same way, getting it the same way, giving it to the same group of people. That cannot give you financial security. I'm telling you, it doesn't matter what your business is. You must improve. You must do it better. You must go global. That is the truth. You must improve your business in a way that it will not be business for the locality. If your business is only just for those who cross and pass and see you, that cannot give you financial stability. I'm telling you, let me just be plain with us. Because I'm telling you what happened and what is happening to me and why I am changing. My forever business, you can see me, used to be me, around me, only what I do. You know, I know in those days I'll travel to Lagos 3 days a week. I don't stay in Lagos, I stay outside Lagos. Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. But I will go to Lagos 3 days a week. I'm on the traffic. Sometimes I'll have traffic for 6 hours before I'll get to our center. Another 4 hours to come back. 10 hours gone. Doing nothing. I need to sit down and evaluate. And that's what I'm telling us today. Key number 3 is be excellent in what you do. You need to do what you're doing better than that next person for you to be able to have financial security. So I was asking us a question. Now imagine that you have 2 hairdressers on your street. One, when you just go, should we just wash your hair, set your hair, and you will go. Then the second hairdresser, when you come, she will look at your hair and say, madam, this your hair is, they call it the light hair. And the type of shampoo you will use is so and so. And madam, to be able to make your hair thick, I advise that you do rice water treatment two times a month. Then add aloe vera gel and coconut oil with ori, and also rub it on your hair 3 times a week. And then madam, anytime you're coming, please come with that concoction. And if you don't know how to make it, I also have some that I have made myself. Do you understand what I'm saying? So these are, who will you go to? Salon A or Salon B? Naturally, you will go to the B, the one that is taking care of your hair, that is doing more than just washing and setting your hair, that is telling you how your hair can grow better, that is giving you value for your money, more value and better value for your money. That's the person you will go to. Thank you, Olukemi. Olukemi is thanking me for this topic. So that's the truth. And it's not only just about hairdressing. I can take anything. Let me tell you, I can take any area of business. I can take it, and I will give you 2 scenarios to show you how somebody can be better than the other person. So what am I saying? For any business you're doing, please, I beg of you, I beg you people today, even if you don't go with anything, go with this one thing. Add more value. Educate people. Teach people how they can be better in that your business. And you learn how to add more value and also bring what we call affiliate products for your consumers. For example, let me take the hairdresser. That woman now tells you rice water can help your hair to be better. What does she do? She does her rice water treatment and bottles it. And then every day she comes to her salon with her rice water. You now come, she will say, oh, madam, you don't need to go and make your rice water. This is in a bottle. It's just 100 naira. Won't you buy it? You will buy and treat your hair. And she will make her profit. She will make your hair better. So that's what I'm saying. You need to be excellent in whatever you're doing. Yes, Abimbola is Salon B. I personally will go to Salon B because she's giving me more value. It's the same with anything we are doing, and that's the same even if you're in a paid job. Give your employer more value. Don't remain on what you people agree. Do something better. Do something higher. Bring innovations. Let the person know that if you have worked with that person for 1 month, 2 months, 1 year, 2, 3 years, it will almost be so difficult for that person to say, no, when you want to go, they will say, go, leave. Don't go, stay. For example, I have a staff that worked for me for like 6 years or so. So when she just had to go, even her herself, she did everything for her not to go. Me, I did everything, even as far as trying to quickly build house. When they were saying that maybe if she has a house, she will stay. I quickly tried to finish a house and building around there. Until I now found that she can't, I just felt I need to release her to leave. That kind of person, if she writes resignation letter, will I take it? I will not take it. If she comes and tells me she's going, I will not agree. Because I know what her presence did and, for my school at that time. It was as if I can go to bed if she was around. So that's how we should be. So customers look for more than just your product. Even you people that you're here now, and imagine, I sell you Clean 9 for weight loss. Okay? Yes, Roslyn said the one hairdresser that is giving me value for my money. Yes, that's the person you will go to, Roslyn. You know, that's the person you will go to. Now I sell Clean9. I can remember some people will tell me Clean9 is a pack that we use for weight loss. A few people say they used it and it didn't work for them. In fact, for me, that's what made me remain in aloe vera company, because I lost like 10 kg within 2 months, and it has not come back. I used to be very big, sluggish. It hasn't come back, you know. So one time I was talking to one woman and she said, it doesn't work. I said, how did you use it? She said that they just sold it to me and left me. The person that sold it to her didn't add value. If you buy my Clean9, I put you in a class. I give you an extra book on weight loss that you're going to follow with that Clean9. I wake you up in the morning to make sure you follow it the first 2-3 days, and then I now leave you and I keep checking on you maybe once a day or twice a day until I'm sure you know what you're doing, you're passionate enough to do it. So I add more value to that pack of Clean9. Yes, all of us, we sell it at the same price, if we want to be true to ourselves, but I now add more value. So if you want it again, who will you come back to? You know whom to come back to. So you need to be excellent in what you do. Key number 4, create an emergency fund. Key number 4, remember what we're treating today. We are treating 5 keys to financial stability. 5 keys to financial stability. And I said that key number 1 is self-development. Upgrade your knowledge. Key number 2, like I told us, is that you need to earn income by doing what you enjoy doing. And then key number 3, you need to be excellent in what you do. And key number 4, create an emergency fund. You know, I know that most people won't include this point when they're talking about self-development and talking about their financial security. But an emergency fund is indispensable when it comes to ensuring financial security for the future, especially if you have a family. Especially if you have a family. It's very, very important that you have that, because an emergency fund will help you to pay off debts, unsecured and secured debts, you know, and it also help you to cover your family expenses when you are laid off. Like for people who are working, there are some people who were laid off in banks and they came out empty. I know somebody. In fact, that man nearly killed himself. He was crying like a baby. She said, "Mommy, everything I worked for 7 years in this bank and they are stopping my work today. Mommy, do you know that by next month I will not have what my family will eat?" Haba. And he was earning well. He used to come to me. He was marketing my school. He would come to the school. He would come to the house in big cars. And I can't believe it. He said, after this month's salary that I have received, by next month, I will not have, my children will be kicked out of school. I will not have food for my family on the table, because he did not save emergency funds. You know, emergency fund will help you to cover your sudden medical expenses. God forbid, somebody gets sick and they say, okay, bring 150,000 for medical. You don't have, because you didn't save emergency fund. And without emergency fund, you can't expect to have financial security in the future. You know, knowledge and skill can help you to retain your job. But without an emergency fund, you can't expect to have financial security. Without an emergency fund, you will not be able to help unforeseen expenses, and you won't be able to, you know, help even to meet up with your lifestyle if anything happens. So you need to set aside a certain amount of your income for building your emergency fund every month. Initially, it might be difficult for you to set aside that amount of money, you know, but you need to train yourself to do it. If you watch some of my past videos on Thursdays, you'll be able to see some of the things I said about it. You need to force yourself. Now, let me tell you, I was telling somebody, I said, you know, the other day I was saying, if you normally would have snacks, stop it. If you're talking about your emergency fund, you need to reduce that snack. You need to try to use that money for snack and put it in your emergency fund. And how to do it from the beginning is, don't look at your whole income as your money. That's how to look at it. For those of us Christians, you know, me, I've always paid my tithes right from when I was in school. If they give me money to go back to school, I will pay my tithe. In fact, I used to pay tithe on school fees. That's how it used to be very painful, very difficult. You know, they used to argue it in school when we were in school. They would call Bible study. They would say, if they give you school fees, if your father gives you 50,000 for school fees, will you go and pay tithe? When he gives you 50,000 for school fees, he gives you 10,000 for money to use in school, will you go and pay or 50? They will argue. Me, I always took that step of faith. I will take the entire money, remove 10%, go and pay my tithe. I will now be struggling. But somehow, God will just send help. And if the help doesn't come, and even right from when I was a student, I used to sell things. That money, my pocket money, I would tell my parents to give me on time. When they give me on time, I schooled in the East. I went to University of Nigeria and Nsukka. I will go to Aba, for those of you who know the East. I will travel to Aba, go and buy what I know the students will need immediately that the school will resume. I'll buy night dresses, buy bed sheets, buy beautiful slippers, buy school bags that they need with my money. Risk. Can you see me? I will take that risk because I knew I had to pay my tithe on the entire money. So I'll go and buy those things. When I come back to school, I'll sell them. So that's why it was easy for me to do that. You know, so what am I saying? You need to set aside emergency fund. So bring out your tithe when they pay your salary. Let me go as detailed and as practical as that. Thank you, Angie. I'm hitting the nail by the head. Okay, we have to tell ourselves the truth. Thank you, Florence. Thank you, thank you. So I'll set out, you bring out your tithe. I don't know how many percent you're paying, 10%, 20%, whatever. You remove it. Then remove emergency fund. You remove your emergency fund. Then there's another one you will remove, that is our number 5. So, okay, let me even go to it and then we'll look at these practical ways very, very well. So, you know, the 5th thing is that you need to invest in your retirement. Set aside at least 15% of your income now for your retirement. Now, I'm going to be sharing briefly what you do with it. I'm not saying you should go and just dump it into one bank. So now, what do? You have your 100% income. And remember what I said, don't depend on one stream of income. Make sure you have 2 to 3 to 4 streams of income. I have several streams of income. I don't have to start here to start telling you all of them. But what you're seeing here is one of them, and it's the most beautiful business on earth as far as I'm concerned. DM me and I will tell you how you can add my forever business as part of your income. Doing it at home, relaxed at home, not disturbing your work, whether you're in a paid job, whether you're doing other businesses. And social media has made it so easy for me to grow very well and reach the world doing this business. So DM me or chat me on my number. They'll put my number on the screen now and I'll pin it for you. 0703 515 1642 +234 0703 515 1642, and I'll be discussing with you. Chat me and I will tell you. So I'm talking about having that your 100% income. 15%, your tithe comes out first. Let's say even it's 10%. Bring out 15% your retirement. That's 35% gone. Bring out another like 10 to 15% of emergency fund. Or you can decide to do 10, 10, 10. So by the time you do 10, 10, 10, you have 70% remaining. And if you're the type that will do 15, 15, 15, that's 45. You have just like 55% remaining. Is that 55% you use for your normal lifestyle? I know what is going on in a number of us mind. You say, how can it be enough? When 100% is not enough, is it 55% that will be enough, or is it 70% that will be enough? And that is why you should do it. That is the reason. If 100% is not enough, that is equation 1. 55% is not enough, that is equation 2. So if 100% is not enough, then let 55% not be enough. You train yourself on that 55%. Now, your tithe goes to God. Your emergency fund should be in a kind of an investment place where you can easily call it out. Some of the times you're going to be treating that one. Your emergency fund should not be where you cannot call it out. Then your retirement fund, you should invest in something for the future, like real estate. And it's so beautiful these days that real estate, you don't have to have all the millions to go and buy a house before they say you have a real estate, or go and buy a land. They have estates, they have bonds, they have cooperatives that help people to own houses. You might decide that it's in 10 years. I know some of my uncles and aunties who, they still fly about. Why are they still flying for holidays, even though they are retired? Because They have investment in real estate. One of my uncle, the houses he has in Aba, he can still train children that are giving birth today and train them up to university because he took time to invest. So make sure you're not living for today. Live and think about your retirement. Live and think about your emergencies. Live and think about God. Live to have a good financial security. Now, one of the fastest routes that you can have this financial security is what I'm going to use 3 minutes to tell you about, and it is my aloe. Why aloe? Aloe has tremendous benefit for your health and for the health of people around you. It helps you to be healthy inside out and outside in. Now, inside, aloe supports your digestive health, promotes a healthy immune system, supports nutrients absorption, and boosts natural energy level. Outside in, aloe moisturizes, conditions your skin, and helps your hair. This is one, let me tell you, even this alone, selling aloe vera, can give you an extra stream of income. Why? Forever Living Products International is a company that is 43 years old this year, and it is debt-free. It has experienced and long-standing management team operating in over 160 nations of the world, 43 years of uninterrupted growth, doing businesses in the health and wellness sector, a multi-trillion-dollar global market. And like I told us, today we are starting our global rally. I started the business just 4 years ago, and the business recognizes you right from where you are. I'm holding a pack that came from US and landed in my house day before yesterday. What is this? They are just trying to say, sorry, you couldn't come for the global rally. They've paid us financial whatever, but we want you to enjoy this online. We want you to have a nice time. We're sending you a gift surprise pack. They say don't open until, you know, the moment, when the moment comes, we will open our pack. Loving you all through. Some people work in a bank and nobody recognizes them to say, you know, you have done well. Forever Living Company, it's fantastic. And why is it also good? You have up to 7 different areas you can do business. If I'm a cocoa, you need what? What do you need? Okay, maybe you be specific on what you need. So we have up to 7 different areas you can do business in. So, you know, the fantastic thing about Forever Living Company is that there are many sectors. So you will find where you can fall in. We have the drinks like the aloe vera drink sector. We have the bee products. We have the nutritionals, which are the supplements. We also have the skin care. We have so many combos that you can see me glowing with skin care. We also have personal care like that handles the whole family, like toothpaste, soap, lip balms, perfume and deodorant. We also have household goods like our MPD, honey, and the rest. And we also have essential oil. So these are the 7 areas you can decide. And then you might ask, why should I join Forever? What do we do differently in Forever? Well, in Forever, we are the largest growers and manufacturers of aloe vera based products. In fact, I've gone to Arizona where we plant aloe vera. It's fantastic. And our aloe vera is hand harvested, you know, patented and stabilized by us. So we don't buy it from anybody. Scientifically proven. We have professors in our board, and it's very, very natural. And you know, another thing why Forever is the best business you can have as your second stream of income, we have like 5 major areas of business and marketplace that you can join. You can either join the weight loss and begin to teach people on weight loss and sell products on weight loss. You can join the vitamins and supplements and begin to teach people on it. Like for me, I do this too. I'm sure if you've been on my page, you will know I talk about weight loss. I guide people on weight loss. I guide people on weight gain. I guide people on supplements and solutions for health, diabetes, high blood pressure, and, you know, arthritis and things like that. Then we also have the sports nutrition. people who are in the sports nutrition, where we talk about our AGIA and the rest. We have those in the skincare, and we have those who are in the men's business. So what do we do? Very, very simple what we do. It's not a very cumbersome or elaborate business. You don't need to go to school to be able to do it. You can start it right where you are. And like I said, you can do it as your second stream of income. You can do it as another business, but not a spare time business. I always tell people, you don't do it at spare time when you don't have what to do. You need to set out time and do that business. You know, when you okay, you say you need a lot of gel. Okay, I'm going to be chatting you later on. Aloe vera is the best. I call it the miracle plant. That's one of the reasons why I've not gone to the hospital for 5 years. Like I told us, that's my testimony, and I'm glad to say it to everyone every time. I used to visit the hospital every month for malaria treatment. But this bottle, this thing I'm holding here, is my miracle. It has kept me away from the hospital for 5 years. I've not gone to any hospital. So what do? Share your personal testimony like I have shared it with you, and recommend the products to people. In your home, right from the comfort of your home, you can do Zoom meeting and share it with people. You can share it with your family and friends on WhatsApp. You can share with your neighbors when you people gist and you're crossing. You can share it on social media and reach the world. You know, it's a beautiful business. And then you can now make income from 3 ways. Either by retailing the product, by selling what you have bought to other people, one, and then you make your profit from your retail, or you recommend people to buy directly from the company, and then every 15, the company will pay you your bonus. Or you can now decide, okay, I don't want to do only those two. I will retail, I will recommend people, but I will also train people to do what I'm doing. So when you also train people to do what you do, you become a team leader. And then the company pays you for everything everybody under you is also doing. So it's very, very easy. Forever business is the most beautiful business on earth. It's one of the simplest business to do. It's one of the most comfortable business to do. Once you start off, you do it at your pace. Nobody is chasing you up and down. It's you and your business, however you want to do it. So how do you get started? You get started, paperwork is free of charge. You just send me your data, I register you, you get your ID number. When you have gotten your ID number, then you buy products from the company, buy products from the company, buy products from the company, share until you get to a certain point. When you get to that certain point, within 2 months, you become a business owner. And then anytime you send somebody to buy from the company under you, then you get paid. So then, as you're doing it, you're sharing the benefit. Like for me, I share the benefit with everyone I know of how this bottle has kept me away from the clinic and from the hospital. I share it with people, and then I've developed some customers who are buying every month from the company, and the company will keep paying me. So what do? We just build team, find 20 people who will be buying from you, and at your pace. You don't have to find it today. You don't have to find it tomorrow. You find it according to your pace, according to how much you need. When people always join and they want to do the business, I ask them, I say, how much do you need every month from this business? That will tell me how I can guide you. I'm a good coach in this business, and I will coach you. If you need 50,000 extra every month, I tell you, this business will give it to you effortlessly, seamlessly. Or you need 250,000 every month as your extra income, it will give it to you very, very naturally. And what if you're like me, that you're not looking at all those, you're looking at 6 figure, you will get it. 7 figure, you will get it. So all these are some of the things you get. And then you can also do global travel. Like I told us, this is my park. I should have been in Australia now, but I'm here today because of COVID. You keep winning and going higher and higher. So these are the things we do in Forever Living. And what am I saying? Today we looked at 5 tips or 5 keys that can help us to have financial security. This business that I just finished telling you, Forever Living business, can give you financial security. Why? Because you can will it to your children. Is willable. Our business is willable. That's when you're leaving, you can just go to the company and say, I'm retiring, I want my child to take over this business, and that is it. They will just switch it to that your child. Number 2, you can earn passive income. As I'm here, sometimes I earn from US, I earn from UK when I have not done any business in those nations. Why? Because I have downlines who have done business in those nations. It's global. I earn in naira, I earn in dollar, I earn in South African rand, I earn in pounds as I'm sitting here from this business, right from the sitting room of my house. And it's another business that gives you passive income, like I said, and it's a business you do anytime, anyhow you like it, and you have different sections. So make sure you get your financial security by first developing yourself. And this business also helps with self-development. We are trained 3 times a week at least. We have our national training 3 to 5 times a week. We have our international training every day. So it's you, anyone you like to plug in, you plug in and you're trained. So we have self-development. We also have the key number 2, earning from doing what you love in this company, because we have different sections. You just choose the one you love. We also have key number 3, being excellent in what you do. We train you to become excellent. See me talking, my friend will say, your mouth is just going pro. And I'll tell her it's what the company has trained me, to be. And then number 4, this company also help you to create emergency fund. They always tell us during our training. In fact, they insist anytime they pay us, they will do a training, save your money, and they will teach you on some investments you can do. And of course, it has meet up with the key number 4, which is investing in retirement. So this is one company I know that can meet up these 5 financial keys to financial security. Plug in by chatting me on +234 703 515 1642. And thank you for joining me today. I don't think there's any question. Love you, our able and dynamic coach. Oh, look at me. Thank you. I appreciate all the love. I appreciate. God bless you. So if I'm going to be chatting you to know what you need. Thank you everyone for commenting and for joining me today. I love you all. And I'm going to be dropping a link for those of us who are in my WhatsApp groups. And if you're not in my WhatsApp group, you can chat me on the number. I'm going to be dropping a link in case you want to join me in our global rally. It's a closed meeting, but I'm going to share mine on Messenger room so that you can join me if you want to see what is happening in my company. So, and if you specifically want to join me, you can also private chat me so that I can quickly send the room key for you and leave it open until you have joined, so that we can all be there to see what happens in my company as we celebrate our global rally today. Thank you for joining me. Bye, and remain blessed.